it was miserable, you know. My mother worked in the Jewish committee. She was cleaning there just that we get some bread. And then it came the night before Yom Kippur. I know the Ukrainian are in town, and this was a bad sign because the Ukrainian, this was the preliminary action they prepared for the next day. We had to go for a selection. My mother and my brother went one way, and I went, when I was in Czestochowa all the time, I was working, went to work as a volunteer in a ammunition factory. I said, maybe this will help me. And I got that document with me that I came for the selection. I showed him this. I said,
so that's the work paper.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, he told me to go to the right. My mother went this way. Every few days, they have too many take-out people to send them out. And for some reason, I survive each time. You never know when they're going to take you out and send you to Treblinka. I was very, very, very poor in working, in hard working in the Tristung factory. I was working at the machine, and there was a murderer, a German, a Meister. And he said when somebody went wrong with it, they went on making bullets, the outside of the bullet, the
casing,
the shell.
Mm-hmm.
And in case something went wrong, he took out that, and he had told them to carry those were lead wires, because the lead goes in the shell, but has to carry 100-pound lead like that around for an hour until they collapsed. They really, it was a murderer, such a sadist. Incidentally, later on they caught him after the war, he was hanged. And then I was working in that, you know, when you went to work, you were shaking, you know. And then another Meister, they needed somebody in the office to do some work. So he looks at me and he says in German, "Bist du intelligent? Are you intelligent?" So I said, "I cannot tell, somebody else has to decide." "Oh, that's smart," he said, "I like it, come." And they put me to work. So I work in an office. And that Meister in the office, who was my supervisor, was a young boy. I don't know whether he didn't go to the army. Apparently he had he was about 18, 19 years old. Such a stupid kid. He didn't know him. So I ran the whole show for him. And he was very tolerant to me, very good. But he never brought me a piece of bread. So I ran the whole show. And that, until the end, this is that cousin that I told you before, he was in Israel, okay. Anyway, he was working in a powerhouse, putting, you know, bringing coals for the powerhouse. And the boys who were bringing in potatoes, you know, working on the potatoes, were stealing a few potatoes, but they couldn't eat raw potatoes. So they brought in the potatoes to him that he should put them in the oven to bake it. So he got commission. So he got 2 or 3 potatoes a day, and he brought me a part of it. I have a suspicion in that book I write that he didn't eat, but he gave it to me. you know, I was hungry, but it was no gas chambers, you know, was beating, was starving, but